Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's series of videos where we're going to be looking at how to be that 2%er. So you may have seen on our socials last week that we talked about the amazing Dr. Andy Cope and the research that he carried out all around the comfort zone, and actually how only 2% of us actually have that comfortable enjoyment outside of our comfort zone. So this is about being a 2%er this week. Okay, so what I've done is I looked at Dr. Andy Cope's diagram of the comfort zone and picked out some words from the 2%ers that I thought we could work on this week. Okay, so trying to get ourselves into that state of being comfortable outside of our comfort zone. So I've chosen for today confidence. That's the word that we're going to be looking at and generating and hopefully developing in yourself today. And I picked up this strategy from the recent NLP course that I went on with the lovely Gina Cole towards the end of 2022. And to be honest, with this strategy, I was a bit of a skeptic at first, but actually this is bang on and it works for me every single time. You can actually use this strategy for any state that you want to recreate. So any emotion that you're wanting to do. So for me, actually, my state that I wanted to generate more of was relaxation. So I use it for that. But I do also use it for confidence as well. So it can come in with anything, and it might be able to be applied to any of the key areas that we look at through the week. So even though it's for confidence today and you might be feeling really confident, write the steps down anyway, because it might be something that you want to give a try to for something else. Okay, now I'm going to be reading from the book that Gina gave me, so I don't miss anything out. And you're going to need, like I said, pen, paper to make some notes, because this is something you need to go away and practice. By all means, you can do it along with the video. You might want to play and pause as we're going through this, because you need to go at your pace and not mine. I'm obviously not with you, and I don't know where you're up to in this process. So feel free to do it with me, or feel free to take it away, write some notes, and go and practice with it later. So let's get started. So first of all, we've already identified a state that we are going to make more resourceful, and we've chosen confidence today. Okay. So the first thing that I want you to do is think of a time in your life when you think you can apply this. Okay. When you can apply confidence. So maybe it is for a job interview. Maybe it's for meeting new people. Maybe it's for going on that first date. Maybe for, like me, I use it for public speaking. So I use this for when I'm doing my training programs in front of crowds and large audiences. Okay. And then I want you to identify if you can think of a time when you have felt confident before, because more often than not, we've felt it at some point, but maybe we just need more of it. Okay. Maybe it was when you were younger. Maybe it was just last week or yesterday, but really kind of think of a time. Can you think of a time when you felt this state before? And if the answer is yes, then we're all right to proceed and use this technique. The final thing I want you to do before we get started is to come up with something quite discreet that's going to be your anchor. And what it is almost like pressing a button that will activate the state that we are recreating. So when I was recreating the feeling of relaxation, I chose to put my thumb and my little finger together, because that was something quite discreet. I could do it under the table, can do it with my arms by my side, and no one will really notice. Okay. You want it to be something that's quite different. So not something that you would normally do. Okay. So if you are a bit of a nose scratcher, or if you're a bit of a thumb twiddler, then that's not going to be the right anchor for you, because as soon as you do that, you're going to start triggering the emotion, and it might not be the right time to do that. Okay. So something that's a bit different. So people have touched their ear. Again, if you're not an ear toucher, touch their elbow. Maybe even like the fleshy bit in between your thumb and your finger. So something that's a little bit unusual, but give yourself some time to find something that you can do under the table in a crowded room that no one's going to really notice you do. Okay. So hopefully you've come up with an idea of what you're going to do. So now we're going to get started. So this is the bit where you might need to write this down. Okay. Now, when we're practicing this, you can close your eyes or you can pick yourself a spot to look at. I tend to drop my head, okay, and close my eyes only because I get distracted by things going on around me. But you know what's best for you. So what I want you to do is use your imagination and put yourself back into that time, bring out that memory of when you felt confident. I want you to remember where you were, what you were doing, what you could see, and what you could hear, and what you could feel. So let it really come to the forefront of your mind, be really clear in your head, and really allow yourself the enjoyment of this memory that you are recreating and remembering as fully as possible. And as the feeling kind of comes to a peak and it's really clear, I want you to touch your anchor, so whatever that might be, and allow it to fill you up. And then I want you to shake it off and break that state. Okay. Now we're going to repeat this, and it's really important that your anchor remains the same. So do not change it, not even a slight bit. So if you are doing something with your right hand, it's always your right hand. If you're doing your anchor with your left ear, it's always your left ear, and it's in the same spot. Okay. So again, let's just refocus. Let's go back to that memory that you brought to the forefront of your mind where you were feeling extremely confident. Really bring back what it felt like, what you were doing at the time, where you were, who was there, and what it looked like to be confident on the outside. And now this time, as the memory starts to fill you up, I want you to turn it up. So it might mean that you are making the colours brighter so it's clearer. It might mean that the picture in your head you're making bigger or bringing closer to you. It might be that you are turning the sound up, make it louder. So the voices and the noises that you could hear, your words that you were speaking, make them really loud so you can really see this image of you displaying confidence. And again, as it fills you up and you reach that peak where it is really clear, hold your anchor and then break the state. So maybe have a think about what you